welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome. My name is Neda and my favorite leafy green is kale. So for today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I make my go-to green juice. I feel like juices and smoothie recipes are kind of sometimes a little bit of a cheat because they're so straightforward. But at the same time, I do know that some people can be intimidated by the idea of juicing, especially green juice, because they're not really sure what the proportions are or how to make it taste good. So I'm here to show you the way. This particular recipe is actually pretty beginner friendly in my opinion because it doesn't taste too green, if you know what I mean, and it can definitely be adjusted based on your personal tastes. Before we get into the video, I feel like I have to drop a couple of disclaimers. Number one, I know that juicing is really popular right now, especially green juices and celery juices and stuff like that. And I have to say that personally, I don't believe that juicing is a magic cure-all, but I see juices as more of like a supplement rather than a meal replacer. I think that they're a great way to get a concentrated dose of nutrients and minerals, but I don't think that they're necessarily essential. I think if you eat your greens and you eat a whole foods, plant-based, balanced diet, you'll be just as fine as somebody who consumes a lot of green juice. I personally really enjoy the taste of green juice, and for me, a lot of times having a green juice is just easier than putting together a salad. So it's more laziness than anything else. But if you are interested in juicing and you want to learn more about kind of the health benefits, I really recommend watching the documentary Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. I believe it's on Netflix. It's filled with tons of good information, and it does tell the story of a guy who is chronically ill and heals himself through juice fasting. So take that with a pinch of salt because I don't think that approach is meant for everyone. And I think that juice fasting can be a little bit dangerous as well because, again, I will repeat myself, juices are not meals. So before we get into the video, I did want to talk a little bit about my juicer. This is the Kuvings B6000 whole slow juicer, and I do really like it. So I've owned quite a few juicers over the past kind of 8 years or so, and this is definitely my favorite. A couple of reasons why I really like it is, first of all, it has a really wide spout at the top, so it means that you can just chuck like whole fruits and veggies in there without having to cut them up super small. It is also a slow juicer, as I mentioned, so that means that it extracts more juice and supposedly extracts more nutrients out of the juice so that it is more beneficial. I also really like that it's quite compact and easy to store, and it's actually really easy to clean. So if you've ever owned a juicer before, you'll know that that is one of the biggest pains about juicing, is cleaning your juicer once you're done. And I think that this is on the easier side of cleaning in terms of juicers. One thing I will say though is that it is definitely on the pricier side, so if you're just looking to get into juicing, then I would recommend maybe going for a Philips or a Breville. I've owned juicers from both of those brands before, and I do think that they make great beginner models. The only thing that I don't like about this juicer is that the juice can be a little bit pulpy sometimes, so I do find myself having to strain it afterwards, which is totally fine. It's just an extra step, so I guess that's worth mentioning. But anyways, enough about the juicer, let's get into the video.
So for this juice, you're going to need around 3 sticks of celery, 3 small cucumbers, a small apple, a slice of lemon around this thick, and a chunk of ginger. You'll also need around 3 to 4 sticks of kale. And of course, wherever possible, I do recommend getting organic, fresh produce. So there you have it, guys. That's my easy peasy go-to green juice recipe. This is enough for 2, but I would personally have this all to myself because I'm greedy. You could also definitely double or triple the portion if you needed to. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please do give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.